Hello everyone, today in this video I'm going to show you how to create a waterproof, humidity proof, long lasting mattifying bridal base. This is excellent not only for your Indian Pakistani summer brides but also for those who have oily skin, as all the products and techniques used in this video will make sure your foundation does not budge and stays in place all day. So the first thing we should do before we start any makeover is that we must make sure that our hands are clean. I'm using a sanitizing spray here before I go on to touch my model's face. Next, I'm going to use a cotton swab dipped in some micellar water. Micellar water is basically a type of a cleansing water which removes makeup, dirt, oil from the skin without making it too dry. It's gentle and can also be used as a toner as it does not require rinsing. Here you can see that I've already done the eye makeup, and if you want to see part 1 of this video where I did this soft glam eye makeup look, then please click on the link above and I will also link it in the description box below. So after cleansing and toning, we're going to use a gel-based moisturizer and oil-free moisturizer, which is light and it does not clog your pores or feel too heavy on the skin, as if it's summertime or if your skin is too oily, then you don't want to use a moisturizer that is too heavy. Massage it into the skin, let it get well absorbed, and remember to take it down the neck. Then I'm going to take this anti-shine oil control primer called Invisible Matte by KRYOLAN. This is a professional brand and this is a very good primer. It really helps to control oil and shine throughout the day. You can use your fingers to apply it. I'm using the KRYOLAN foundation flat brush. After this, I'm going to use my Becca Matte Poreless Primer. This is a very good primer. It's silicone based. It helps to control oil and shine as well while making the pores look minimized. You don't have to use two different primers. You can just use one mattifying one. I'm applying this in the T-zone area and I like to mix products and use them specific products for specific areas. So I'm just showing you all the products I use. You can absolutely just use the ones that you have. And after I've primed my skin with the primers, I'm going to go in and correct the dark areas on the face. So I'm using the KRYOLAN paint stick here in the orange color. This is going to prevent the foundation on top from looking gray and ashy. Color correction is basically using a peach or orange color in the darker areas to neutralize and bring the color to the same level as your skin, so that when you apply lighter foundations and concealers on top, they don't become gray or look ashy. And the reason why we're using the paint stick here is because it is a cream based formula, and I think every makeup artist has this in their kit. It makes a really nice base, as cream products stay longer than liquid, as liquids are water based. So when she will sweat and it's humid, then it may come off if you're just only using liquids. Next, I'm applying the FS45 KRYOLAN paint stick. This is the same color as a skin tone. So we're giving a nice even coverage, applying in the same areas where I had corrected. Now I'm applying this to cover. So this is correcting and concealing at the same time. I'm applying it only in the areas that I need. So basically the T-zone, under the eyes, on the sides of the mouth. And a little bit on the forehead. I'm using my Sephora concealer brush to apply this. It's up to you. You can use a flat foundation brush as well, or you can also use a sponge. I prefer to use brushes just because that's what I'm used to, as I feel like it has a lighter hold. And when you apply it in a circular motion like I'm doing in the video, it gives them also a more airbrushed finish. And remember to take it down the neck as well. And before applying the foundation, I have sprayed some setting spray. It just makes it easier for me to blend it. I'm using my Sephora airbrush foundation brush. It's a round fluffy brush. A rounder fluffy brush is going to give you a more light finish, whereas a flat foundation brush is going to give you a slightly heavier finish. Synthetic brushes are best for using cream and liquid foundation products. Now I'm going to take my Makeup Forever foundation. This is a satin finish, it's oil free, and into this I'm going to mix my NARS mattifying foundation. These two foundations are my favorite and they make an excellent duo when doing bridal or party makeover for your clients. They make your skin look flawless and beautiful, and even though I'm layering it with other products, at the end, it's still going to look very natural and beautiful, as it should. Again, I'm applying here in thin, even coats all over the face and neck with a flat foundation brush. I'm using the KRYOLAN foundation brush here. This ensures that I get an even coverage all over the face and neck, and later on I'm going to blend it out with the beauty blender. And the way we're going to use the beauty blender is that after you have soaked it in water, you are going to completely squeeze it out, even wrap it around a tissue or a napkin, so as to ensure that there is no water dripping from it. You don't want to disturb the layers of foundation that you have put on the skin. We just want it to be damp enough that it presses the foundation and the liquid and cream products together well into the skin. So we're going to use a dabbing and tapping motion. I'm using the original beauty blender. You can use one from Real Techniques. That's also a very good affordable brand. Just like brushes, it's important to use a good quality beauty blender or sponge because it really affects how your final look turns out, and it also makes the process of blending a lot easier. Notice how I'm tapping and dabbing or pressing the beauty blender gently into the skin with a light hold. I just want to press in the foundation into the skin. I'm not moving around, no back and forth motions, just gentle tapping and dabbing motions. And make sure that you get the areas under the eyes and the sides of the nose where the foundation tends to crease. Make sure that you press it and blend it in well, and take your time to do this. The more you blend, the more settled and more flawless your foundation is going to look. Okay, now I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair to highlight the areas under the eyes, on the bridge of the nose, on the forehead, on the sides of the mouth and chin. I also like to draw a line connecting the lower part of the ear to the side or the corner of your mouth, and this gives it a nice contoured look. So above, when I will apply the bronzer or the contour colors and the blushes, and there's light underneath, it gives a really nicely sculpted look. Again, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and repeat the same dabbing and tapping motion and press it into the skin. Now I'm using a liquid contour cream color. I'm going to use it under the cheekbone, under the jawline, on the nose, and a little bit on the forehead to give a nice definition to the face. Because we've applied so much foundation, we need to bring color back into the skin and accentuate the features again. And this is why I like layering again with cream products before I use the powder contour products on top. I've used my Real Techniques Slant Cream Contour Brush for the chin and the face. And for the sides of the nose, I'm using a smaller slant brush from Zoeva. This technique is called underpainting, where you apply cream products before you apply powder products on top. And this is also what makes this base more long lasting as you're layering and fixing products. Next, I'm going to use my liquid blushes. These are really beautiful blushes by O2 Cosmetics. They make a really good dupe for the NARS Orgasm liquid blush, which is very famous. And I will apply this from the apples of the cheeks, taking it a little above and on the sides of the temples, under the nose and the chin. And finally, for that one more single powerful product that is going to lock in this foundation and base in place and make it water resistant, smudge proof and long lasting, is the KRYOLAN Dermacolor Fixing Waterproof Powder. This is an amazing product and it is easily available everywhere. So this is a product that you should have in your kit, especially if you're a professional makeup artist or somebody who has very oily skin. You can also use this to fix your makeup in place, especially if you stay outdoors a lot. I'm using a triangular powder puff here. You can buy this from Amazon or Daraz. A lot of online vendors will be able to provide you with this. They're not very expensive, but they are very good at setting and fixing the powder in place. So first, we want to set the concealer and the foundation under the eye. This is where the lines crease. So we want to fix them in place before we move on to the rest of the face. And with gentle tapping and pressing motions, again, take a little bit of powder in the cap or on the back of your hand and just press into the areas of the face. And whatever extra powder is left, you can take a big fluffy powder brush and dust off the excess. I don't like to bake a lot as my client did not have very oily skin. So if you do have a client who has very oily skin, you can leave some powder on the face for a few minutes to absorb, and this is called baking. And after a few minutes, then you can dust off the excess powder. And once the foundation is nicely set with the fixing powder, I will now apply the other powder products. So here I'm using a pink blush on the same areas where I previously applied the liquid blush. And this is from Smashbox. You can use any powder blush that you have. And now I'm going to take my all-nighter Urban Decay setting spray. This is also really good fixing and setting spray to make your makeup long lasting. I sprayed it onto my beauty blender, and I'm just going to gently tap into the base with the light hold to further fix the makeup in place. Setting sprays are very important because they just completely lock in all the powder products underneath and melt them into your skin and fix it. And this particular setting spray is amazing for doing that. It's very famous. And to add that glow back into the face, a trick is to apply the highlighter after you have used the setting spray while it's still a little damp, because it will grab onto the color from the powders of the highlight. I'm using the Huda Beauty's highlight powder palette in medium. And with a fan brush, I'm going to apply it to the top of the cheekbones, on the chin, on the cupid's bow, and also on the bridge of the nose, and a little bit on the sides of the forehead. This is where the light naturally hits our face and gives us a beautiful glowy look. And then finally, we are going to line our lips with a lip pencil to give it a nice shape. Then we will fill it in with a long wearing matte lip color. This is the way I like to do lips. Followed by a cream lip product. This is a pink color from MAC, and on top I will add a gloss. I did this in the studio because if I had done this before we went there, it wouldn't have, it was super hot and it may have just, melted. Now the final pro tip that I'm sharing with you guys in this video is that to make the lip color more long lasting and prevent it from bleeding, line the outline of the lips with a little bit of concealer on a small brush and just tap it into place. And finally, a final spray of the setting spray. This is by Iconic London. It's my favorite setting spray. And here we are finally done with our look. Doesn't she look absolutely gorgeous? And just so that you all know, we actually shot this video in the month of July in Pakistan when it was almost 40 degrees and the makeup did not budge. And this is proof that this base is actually long-lasting, water-resistant, heat-proof, humidity-proof. And here is the final result in front of you. And if you found this tutorial helpful, please comment below and let me know. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I publish a new video. And do follow me on my Instagram account as well. It takes a lot of effort to make all these videos, and I'm sharing all the tips and tricks that I've learned from my many years of experience in the beauty industry very honestly with you all. So support my channel, and if you want to see part 1 of this video where I did the soft glam eye makeup look, then click on the link above or at the end of this video, and do let me know in your comments which other tutorials you would like me to make for you. Stay tuned for more videos from me. Till then, have a great week. Thank you for watching.